Welcome to our new video on MoCapLab. Today we are at the EMG therapist Philipp Pieroth. But at first I want to introduce our new trainee Jacob.
Hello! In this video we want to show you 5 steps on how to use EMG, including functional and technical aspects. In order to get high quality EMG signals like this, some technical preparations are needed. At the end of the video, our host Philipp Pieroth will share some tips about the functional usage of EMG. Step 1. Lowering the skin impedance. One of the most important and fundamental preparations to increase the quality of your EMG signal is the skin preparation. After shaving the body hair, there are different methods to clean the skin and remove dead skin cells to lower the skin impedance. Before you start cleaning the skin, make sure that the subject has not applied lotions or similar. For fast movements, special abrasive pastes can be used to remove dead skin epithelia, which produce the highest resistance, and cleanse the skin from dirt and sweat. Alternatively, very fine sandpaper can be used. Rub the skin with soft controlled pressure and clean it with alcohol. For clinical use, it is recommended to clean the skin with alcohol. Pour the alcohol into a cotton cloth and rub the skin with it vigorously. A little reddening of the skin is normal and desired. Step 2. Choice of electrodes. The quality of your electrodes is essential for your measurements. Make sure that you check the impedance of your electrode of choice accurately. State-of-the-art EMG amplifier technology has integrated functions to do so. Compared to solid gel electrodes, wet gel electrodes typically have up to 50% better performance due to their lower impedance. On the other hand, the solid gel electrodes have a longer storage life, as they don't dry out as fast as wet gel electrodes. Furthermore, the risk of bridging is minimized with solid gel electrodes. A decentralized snap design helps to reduce the impact of forces through the cable on the electrode. Moreover, the different placement of sensor and electrodes is beneficial for measuring muscles that are difficult to access. Step 3. Good protection and taping. For fast movements and highly dynamic measurements, you can protect your EMG electrode with flexible or elastic tape. The electrode itself can be covered with it to reduce the risk of coming off the skin or even losing your electrode. Step 4. Check your setup. Before you start your record, take a look at your raw EMG signal for the tensed and relaxed muscle. Check if your zero line really is at 0. If not, check your software setup for scaling options. Check your noise floor. It should be less than 3.5 microvolts. High noise floor can be assigned for cable or other electromagnetic interferences. Check your signal for an electric hum. If you can see a signal with a constant frequency of 50 or 60 Hz, depending on your mains electricity frequency, you might have an interference from your power supply. Check on how sensitive your derivative is against external influences, for example bumps, and make sure not to falsely interpret such disturbances in your measures. Step 5. Using your EMG in a functional way.
After the preparation, we will come to the measurement and how you use the EMG in a functional way. Before you start with the EMG, always keep in mind that your physical and clinical examination is on the focus. After the physical and clinical examination, you can decide which muscle you want to measure. So the main benefit of the EMG is that you will see what your patient does. For example, you had a patient with a knee pain and you will train the vastus medialis instead of the vastus lateralis with a dominant effect on the vastus medialis. The main course in this case is that you should train the vastus medialis and hyperextension with the external rotation of your hip. But otherwise, you can show your patient that there are different ways to train your vastus medialis. For example, hip flex. Do it. And now you will see an increase of the activity of the vastus medialis dominant against the vastus lateralis. Here you see the difference between the casual way to train the vastus medialis and hyperextension to the hip flexion exercise, in your case, which works very fine.
I hope you learned something about the important technical and clinical aspects of the usage of an EMG system. Thank you, Philip, for your hospitality, and thank you for having us here.
Thank you, guys. I hope I could give you a short insight on how to use the EMG in a functional way and how it could be a benefit for all your clinics besides all the scientific use of the EMG.
Don't forget to subscribe and see you next time at MoCapLab.
Hey, hey.